everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one.
Yeah,
between
right.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountain Stadium in Denver. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Here's the player, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. They will take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock. First carry for Royce Freeman. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And this whole line, it is the lifeblood.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Some trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. They'll get this to Phillip Lindsay complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make someone miss in the open field.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's probably a pretty good sign here in the opening drive of your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense. Go! 50 yards. On second and 11 now. Lock. He's got it. The tight end, Jeff Hireman. And able to get this one across the 35 before he's brought down. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their legs. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters. It's easy to go back to the time when Dominican Sue entered the NFL, and he was an absolute force right from the beginning. But it's been fun to watch his career progress, and I'm starting to see a little more finesse in his game, although I'm not sure he'd like me to describe it that way. But you see the agility, you see the movement, and of course, he can bull rush when he needs to get to the quarterback. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. They'll find Lindsey here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early. You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston. No question at all about his talent, and that's been on display since his first game as a starter at Florida State. On a Monday night, the whole country only missed 2 passes in the entire game and led his team to a big victory and later a national championship as a freshman. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target Mike Evans. Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's the former Badger, Dario Ogunbowale. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And here's a look at the defense for Denver. Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of 40 to mark it down to 39. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. From the 41, Winston looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And a 42-yard line here and brought down there. They followed up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. From the gun, Winston. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Over the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He'll send this one into the mile high air. It's a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Block and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Block off of play action. Man open is going to complete to Coleman Sutton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. They all came together there in breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Block now on 1st down. He completes to Sutton. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The completion good for 3 and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles. Because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. Block going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end field. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run here with Lindsey. Tackle made by Justin Evans.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Maybe just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. And they will find him short-handed. It's incomplete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Rock going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Rock. Got that open and Sutton. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half. Highlights will likely be on the defensive back from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Bo Allen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They look to throw. It's Locked. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it's 3rd and goal. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So on 4th down, up comes Brandon McManus on the field goal unit for the Broncos. And McManus able to put it through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right, no big plays giving up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts? What does that mean, break ethic? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with what I said that. I have no idea.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
First down, Winston. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but only second down.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And this one out for Evans. He's got him in, complete. They'll get 34 yards there.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit Vader. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. In the shotgun, it's Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Oh, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on the line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
From the red zone now, Winston. And Blake, the tight end's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the run. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One receiver to the left is Evans. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They come out here in the eye. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Looking out of the gun, Winston. And pressure gets to him again. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. For the left hash, that's from 37. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. To chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up?
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Go, go! 60-yard! Throwing on first down is Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's second and 11. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Same way as the Ravens treating 14. So there's no doubt in my mind that if the Steelers are healthy, they're ready to go. They're going to be 13-3, first in the AFC.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Winston and the Bucs take over now, first and 10 at their own 21. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Winston now. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up 12 yards.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it. It's Ogunbowale. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz? A good run blitz.
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. To throw is Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They're going to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And Winston lost the football.
A little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here's Bradley Pena now. As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away. Look at this. This is a good one. So now look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points?
And break this tie. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Fights forward for only about a yard after the 21.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Another run by Lindsey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Block. He's got his 6'5" receiver, that's Tim Patrick. And then they're just right upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From midfield, here's Locke. And his throw here's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you, with your IQ, you can pull that off. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. They'll put it away from about his 35. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action now, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete. The former first-round pick Kareem Jackson there defensively.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball? Meaning a 50-50. The ball's in the air, defender's there, receiver's there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Von Miller getting it once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on the punt for Tampa Bay. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Blocking the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll try to draw Lindsey. A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing now is Locke. And it is incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. On the return is Mickens. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run with Ogunbowale. And they'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Jameis now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Off the play fake. Winston. Jones has it. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That ball was walked over, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. They'll run it with Jones. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's taken down at the 43, but now the 4 picking up the first. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Joe, 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston, he finds his target. It's Evans.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now we can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as he'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This one, no doubt, important for Matt Gay. This for the lead in the final stages. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Up to the right, but a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will the offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, run through the post, and this thing could be over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
Yeah, they'll have to be careful how they handle this. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And Dominican Sue makes the tackle.
I know a lot of people would love the draw call in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
And we've reached the 1 minute mark in this game. Now Locke. This is the tight end fan. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Block now. 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On second down now, it's Lindsey. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. If there was a time to break up a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the fourth.
There's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The straight to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run. Block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsey touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the time factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So now Winston and the Bucs trailing 10-3. A little under 40 seconds to go. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Don't worry, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Winston to throw. He's going to let it fly. And the crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So the Broncos coming out now. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. There's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured they go down to an A. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Go now. 15. 15. Yeah.
Block, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game.
Wait. 60 out.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football. Low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You
loved
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
So there you have it. The Broncos are winners 10-3. And then we got industry. Then we'll be back in a minute to do another live game. It's gonna be between the Lions and the Cardinals. So I'll be back in a minute and then to set this up. So see you all soon.